So this is the continuation of part 2 of how to draft your armhole depth and sleeve. From our previous video, there are some measurements we didn't talk about. The back, so let's assume the back is 17 divided by 2, you have 8.5 plus seam allowance that the body will use to join to the sleeve, so that will be 9. So I took 9 inches. Then you draw a straight line downward, and on that line you measure the armhole depth. From our previous video, the armhole depth is 8.5. So you draw an horizontal line that will intercept with the vertical line. On that horizontal line, you will measure the quarter of your chest. So let's assume that after adding the allowance, the quarter of the chest is 12. So here I took 12 inches. I measured 12 inches. So the next thing is, from the top, you measure like 3.5 or 4. On that line, you go inside by 1 inch, 0.5 or 1 inch, then make a curve. Make a perfect curve. You can use your French curve, if your hand is not straight. Then the next thing is to make another line. The second one is the back. Will be used for the back, because you see the back has an extension, and that extension comes to the front. So when you are cutting the armhole, you don't cut the back and the front the same way. Now you cut the back on the line, then you make a curve towards the 12 inches. So that space between, the essence is that for the front, it take away excess or bulky clothes, and for the back, it gives ease to the back. Now I will take it to the machine to join the shoulder. So after joining the shoulder, we take our iron, then we open the seam and iron. Here I'm trimming away the excess at the base. So this is what it's going to look like when you are done joining your shoulder. Don't forget, I'm using the half body. I'm not using the full body. That is why it's looking like this. I'm using the half body because our concentration is on the armhole and the sleeve. So now you can take the measurements of the armhole round so that you can compare it with the sleeve when you are doing the sleeve, to ensure that it can both fit or join together accurately. So for our sleeve, the sleeve length is 9, but we are going to take a measurement of 2.5 for the folding, 9 inches for the sleeve length, and 0.5 for the seam allowance that the sleeve will use to join to the bodies. The armhole depth is 8.5, but we are adding 1.5 because the armhole depth of the sleeve should be longer than the armhole depth of the body. You are making your pattern draft. Now we are going to mark out what we need for the sleeve. From the top region, you measure 3.5. From the base, from outside inside, you measure 4 inches. Then you join the point together with a curve. The next thing you are doing is to take the measurement of this curve to be sure that it's the same with the curve on the body armhole. It should not be lesser. Even if it's more, I think it's better. After which you cut out the sleeve. When you are done cutting out the sleeve, the next thing we are going to do is to fold the tip of the sleeve. Then I always prefer to fold the tip of the sleeve before I cut out my sleeve entirely, and then I will show you the reason why in the video. Just keep watching. So I'm trimming the armhole for the sleeve. So for the tip of the sleeve, the around arm when we took the body measurement was 12 divided by 2, 6. We just had allowance for freeness, maybe 1.5, then you cut it out. But I always prefer to fold before I cut, and I'll show you the reason why. If you look at the folded region, you will see a V shape. If I decided to cut it before I fold it, this is what will happen. then the fold will be shortened like this, which might affect your sewing. So it's always better you fold before you trim out your sleeve. The next thing you have to do is to compare the armhole for the sleeve and the body if the both matches. But I always encourage that the sleeve depth, the armhole depth is longer than the body, so that even if it's longer, the excess can be trimmed away. But if the armhole for the sleeve is shorter, it will affect the body because you have to trim away part of the body, which is not okay. So if you compare both and the both matches, or for the armhole for the sleeve is longer, I think you are good to go. I hope the video is very helpful. Thank you for watching.